What do you want to look at during your self-scout? What's the area that either has been gnawing at you or you just are curious to see
Sure.
what's been going on?
Kind of. I mean, we do a. It's not like we pick and choose one or two things. We kind of do the way we operate, which is pretty standard, is that every coach kind of has a area of expertise that he brings to the table, every week. So we as a staff, all eight of us, kind of take that approach that we'll break down that specific thing. That's what we've spent all day doing today. And then we'll get together tomorrow and kind of just go through it, review it. Kind of like what you said, we're going to look at everything. And when I say, we're going to look at first and second down, we're going to look at third down, we're going to look at red zone, we're going to look at 2-minute. We're going to look at, explosive plays against us. And then kind of look at, overall what we're doing well, what we need to keep doing, what we've been kind of consistently been getting hurt on, and if there's something that we need to drastically change or throw out or add. So we'll do a pretty in-depth self-study on ourselves, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And then the thing that's different kind of than maybe 10 years ago on the bye week is that, we used to actually go out and practice on the bye week, if you can remember that, before the new CBA. I mean, we'd go out and do a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday practice, which is crazy. I mean, I told a couple of the younger guys that, the second, they're like, "What, you practiced on the bye week?" I'm like, "Yeah, we actually, you'd have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off." So it's, but I do think it's good for us as coaches to go back, just because you're so singularly focused every week on that opponent. It's good, and we have a nice, library. We have some volume to be able to go back and study and look and research 12 games. So I think then when the players come back Monday, we'll be able to kind of present that to them, the good, the bad, and I think it's important to point out what we've done really well, but then obviously point out what we need to improve on, the last quarter of the season.
Is there one area that you specifically just?
Yeah, I think I mean, every statistic matters, but the big ones are the things that we talk about from a situational standpoint. Obviously, red zone, third down, and points. I think obviously those are the crucial ones. Again, every statistic, every situational matters, but you're gonna play pretty good defense if you're really good, from a specific situation of third down, red zone, and just keeping people off the scoreboard.
It's funny you say that because your red zone and your third down don't rank very well, but your points, you're fifth in the league against the points. So
Yeah.
I'll
take that. Now obviously I want to, obviously improve in all areas, but the most important thing is, at the end of the day is, limiting our opponent from putting points on the board. So that's been good, but obviously we want to, we refer to third down as the money down. We refer to, the red zone as the gold zone. That's kind of our team theme, and that's definitely something that I know I'm looking forward to really, specifically diving into and looking at this week. And then we'll also, as a coaching staff, we'll probably do it when we get out of here. But early jump on Chicago, our next opponent. So it will be good.
Joe, in all your different stops around this league, have you been around a team that's been able to or needed to take guys that maybe you weren't expecting to contribute and they contributed in big ways, like Rasul has done? Or have you been around teams like that, or is this special?
No, I mean, injuries, I've said it before up here, injuries are part of the game. They happen. Now we've had some big ones, with Jair, with Zedarius. We've had guys, miss a week or two, or, Kenny Clark when he got hurt in the, seventh play of the Kansas City game and we lost him. So those things happen, but I really do think this year's been kind of unique, and it's been cool to be able to see so many guys have to step up. And then you could even look at, kind of the side stories that we've talked about with, like a guy like Dre coming in here, kind of a journeyman that's bounced around, that has played so well for us and been such a great leader for us. So it's been a fun 12 weeks. There's no doubt about it, and obviously excited about the remainder.
It's no easy task replacing Z when he goes down, but how would you describe just what Rashaan's given you? And I know he was a little banged up, but to have the day like he did yesterday.
Yeah, it was great to have him back. I think it was a combination of and again, I've told you, I've said this before, I give all the credit to Vikings did a great job against us a week ago, but I thought that was not having Rashaan and the combination of Rashaan and Whitney, losing both those guys in the Seattle game, that was, I mean, you see how much of an impact that Rashaan has for us. Preston's just been a rock all year for us, but it was great to have Rashaan back yesterday. He battled through a lot because he fought his tail off to get back for us, and I'm really proud of him because he's tough as nails, man. Because he was, he wasn't 100%. He's hurting, but man, did he battle through it, and just, maybe there was a lot of huge plays yesterday, but that sack fumble was a crucial part early in the game.
Why do you think Rashaan flew under so many people's radar? Was it just a matter of getting in the right situation?
It's crazy how that happens in this league. I always, when you specifically talk about like the draft process, for example, but I think free agency or just when veteran players are on the street, I don't think it's an exact science, and I think it's timing, it's the right fit. It's a number of circumstances that go into a guy just falling into the right place at the right time. And me being around Sewell for 5 weeks now, I can't believe that this guy hasn't landed a secure spot on a roster, just because of not only the plays that he's made for us, but I don't know if I've ever shared this with you guys, just witnessing him, the way he approaches the game as a pro. This guy is there's been countless times where on Wednesday or Thursday nights, I go down in the cafeteria to get something to eat at 8 o'clock at night, and Sewell's sitting in there at the table, with his iPad studying film, and he's just he's a gym rat. He works at his craft, and he's been thrust into some goofy situations, in the sense where we've had guys go down in game, or kind of like what happened with Stokes, before the Kansas City game, where the Kansas City game, we knew he was going to play that game, but we didn't know that he was going to play exclusively that game. And we told him 15 minutes before the game, and he went out and played his butt off. So, but I think that he's able to do that, and he's been able to succeed just because of the way he goes about his business and he goes about his preparation. And I've told you before, he does not prepare like a backup. He prepares like a starter in waiting, and every time he's had an opportunity, he's done a great job. So, but he is what an unbelievable pro he is.
Hey Joe, you told us before about your back and forths with Kenny and the fun you have with him. I mean, he flat out embarrassed that Vikings center 2 weeks ago, and he was good again yesterday. How much better is your defense when he is dominant?
Oh, there's no doubt. I think I've been very fortunate to, in my coaching career, I was with Warren Sapp for 6 years in Tampa. I was with Aaron for 4 years in LA. And Kenny's a completely different player. I mean, just as, Warren was different than Aaron. All three of them are different. But I think anytime that you have somebody in your front that can be that disruptive. And Kenny's doing a great job of, not only being disruptive in the run game, which there was times, really the last 2 weeks where he was unblockable. But he's given us a lot in the pass rush. He had a big sack, late in the game yesterday. So, but again, I've told you guys, he is as consistent as a pro that I've ever been around, and the guy works every single day, and I think when you have God-given talent and work ethic, but then you prepare like a pro every single day, man, it's not shocking to see the results that you get, when the ball snapped on Sundays, and he's really playing at a great level for us.
Joe, with all the diversity of guys on your staff, is there any one thing that you've kind of pulled in from them that you've added to the scheme that you feel like has made a difference?
Of course, I think I've been around long enough to think that to know that probably in my early days, I think it's really good to listen a lot of times, instead of just say, hey, this is the way we're doing it, let's go. I think when I was younger, I kind of had that approach a little bit, and I think that's the cool thing that we've been able to do, which I think most guys, when you are a part of a style of defense, for example, what I was a part of in LA, when people leave and people branch out, everything always evolves. And I think part of evolving is just being able to, we have great dialogue as a staff. And I've told you guys before, I think the staff that we have here is phenomenal. That's obviously why, we kept every single person on staff when I got here. And I think we have a lot of fun. We have incredible dialogue and communication. And I think we're all mature enough and confident enough that we can say, you know what, at least I know with me, like, oh, I never looked at it like that. Let's look at it this way. And, hey, that's a good idea, KO. Maybe we should do it that way. Jerry Montgomery, wow, that's a really good idea. Jerry Gray, exactly. I think we should do it, not like this. Let's do it like that. And I think when you have, collaboration, I think it leads to a lot of good stuff when you listen and, you can openly communicate with people and you trust them. And I think we have an incredible staff, and we have that type of dialogue and that type of relationship where we're able to do those things. And I think that leads to, good stuff. So our staff has been, Mike Smith, Ryan Downard. Our staff has been unbelievable all year, and they're just a blast to work with.
Got time for one more in here, if anyone's got one? Okay, let's go to Zoom. Go ahead, Sarah.
Yep, go ahead, Rachel Hotmeyer.
Hey, Joe.
Hi, Rachel.
Thank you. Was this a revenge game for you against the Rams? You were really fired up coming down the tunnel. Any personal stake in this victory?
No, I got it was that was a strange vibe for me, definitely. I have a ton of people, not only, obviously, Sean and I have history not only from LA, but we were together in Washington for 2 years before LA. But a number of people on that staff, coaching, players, I went through the roster on the flip card in the locker room on Sunday morning, and I was just kind of going through the entire numeric roster and looking all of the guys that, were there, and it was, 85% of the players are all the same guys. Then you talk about the trainers, the equipment staff, the support staff. I had a great 4 years in LA with a lot of great people, and I love those people. They're phenomenal, the entire organization. But when the ball's kicked off on Sunday, you want to compete and win and kick their butt. So But no, I wouldn't say it was revenge. I wouldn't use that word, but you know, it's definitely, you know, I kind of used the term last week, you know, Sean's like a brother to me, and just, you know, I don't have a brother, I have a sister, but, you know, whenever I did anything against my sibling, you know, I wanted to compete and kick their butt. So, but no, I wouldn't say it was revenge, but it was a huge win for us. It was a huge, you know, conference win for us. And, you know, just to get to 9-3 going into the bye, I think that's, you know, that was the excitement I felt, not revenge.